as one mind, body, and soul. Let no evil enter, nor attempt to reduce us, because of the beliefs we hold. And with this love, combined with our strength, we ward off pain and stress. Technician I am, wholeheartedly, in life and in death.
Okay, I get it, I'm an Nephro and freak of nature, but the pen is gonna heat the paper.
And what is up, guys? This is Mornings with Mike, and I am Michael Buckheister. Welcome, everybody, to the show. If you're new here, consider subscribing us on YouTube. If you watch us on Facebook Live, welcome. If you watch us on Twitter/Periscope, welcome. And if you are listening to us on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Music, iTunes, etc., welcome to as well. If you are listening to us on podcast form, feel free to follow that podcast as well. But like I said, welcome to the show. And if you guys, I'm back. I was sick for the last week and a half or so. I had no voice. Plus, Halloween around the corner, getting the house ready for Christmas, etc. So I've been gone, but I'm back, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Fresh with the Halloween stash still on. And I'm gonna name my stash Steve. Steve is my name. So if you guys good, say in the comments below here, if you're on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, say welcome Steve to the podcast. I don't know, Steve might stick around for a couple more days. So I mean, Steve has definitely made me a wiser man. He has made me think things a little bit differently. He has made me reach out into the political realm of things. And that gets me to today's topic today. Today's topic is about Donald Trump, our president of this fine United States of America. But people love to hate Donald Trump. So earlier this week, I made a post on my personal Facebook page. So some of my friends, acquaintances, etc., they made comments on that post, and I simply asked the question, why do people hate Donald Trump? And I got a wide variety of questions, or answers, I should say, about 100 to 150 comments. There were some really good conversations in there, and then there was people that are just being flat out retarded. To be honest with you, these people had no basis on their argument, and I want to get into that. So each week I'm going to start doing this thing called Friday Fire. Friday Fire is basically just me going on a rant. Today's Friday Friday will be about Donald Trump and why people hate him. So with all that being said, like I said, I posted a question on my Facebook page asking why people hate Donald Trump. What are your reasons for hating the Donald Trump so much? Yes, I said the Donald Trump because he's a very polarizing figure in our society. Okay, he has a $1 billion company. He's obviously the president of the United States. But before we get into my thoughts on it, be sure to share this with a couple friends, please. Heater's broken in the studio, and a brother's cold. I need to fix this heater, so share this with a couple friends. Get our views up, get our rankings up, and so I can get a new heater. I don't charge for this at all, so a simple like and a share, that's all I ask. So let's get into this Friday Fire. First, let me wet my whistle a little bit. These Ohio Valley allergies are really killing me this year. Every time right around this year, I get knocked flat on my ass, and I'm still recovering, and my throat's just killing me. Also, let me just check, make sure everything's going good. If you guys can hear me, go ahead and, give me a little thumbs up or something. Welcome to people that are viewing on Facebook. I really appreciate it. People on Facebook, welcome. Twitter, I don't have Twitter pulled up, but if you're in there, welcome as well. I am getting notifications on my phone that our people are signing in. I definitely appreciate that, guys. So let's get into it. Let me there we go. We're back. So if you guys have been living under a rock, people love to hate Donald Trump. They love to make memes about him. They love to bash. Oh, you thank Donald Trump for that. Yada yada yada. So I made a post. Why do people hate Donald Trump? The first thing that I got, it was a 3 or 4 word answer. He is a racist. Okay. So he is a racist. So I replied to this man's comment. I'm like, how is he a racist? Never answered me. I let this go for a few days. Never responded. So that was the first reason why people hate Donald Trump. He is a racist. So later on in the week, somebody said that back in the late 70s, early 80s, he raised rent on minorities to live in his apartment complexes that he owned. I don't have any facts on that at all. So I simply have to take this person at his word. If this is true, things like this happen all the time. Just because it happened to be minorities at the time, that does not make that man a racist. So what I mean by that is, when you live in a quote unquote rich neighborhood, they have what you call homeowners association dues. This will basically keep the quote unquote poor people, middle class people out. They want their subdivision to be a high class subdivision. So they charge these outrageous dues, $250 to $300 a month on top of your house payment. So you're looking at $1,400-$1,500 a month just to live in that subdivision. So the only thing I could think of is Donald Trump wanted to raise the class of his apartment living, so he raised the rent or charged dues or something. And there just happened to be some minorities there that that the rent was raised on them, and they were forced to leave. That's the only thing I could think of like how he could do that ethically and not be sued or something to that happen, because I don't ever remember hearing this on the news. I mean, it was probably a little bit before my time, but during the presidential election, you would think this would come out. People digged up dirt back when you're 12. Let's flash back to the Dr. Ford and Kavanaugh judge thing. They were digging up stuff from back when he was like 13 years old. So a presidential thing, like it's going to go way back longer than that even. So that comment I kind of just got to throw out to the side. So the point of this rant was saying that he was a racist. That was the only basis of the facts that people came with, that he is a racist. So that one, you got to scratch that one. So the next one was that he is not a political figure. He doesn't do politics. That is the exact reason why I voted for Donald Trump, was because he was not a political figure. He was a person like myself that's going to speak his mind and do what he think is right, not what the political agenda of the Republicans or the Democrats are. Donald Trump is going to do him. Yes, he is a part of the Republican Party, but that doesn't mean he's always doing Republican things. That doesn't mean he's always doing or Democratic things. He is always doing what he thinks is right, and Donald Trump has kept every promise that he has kept from day one. What I mean by that, he said he wanted to build a wall to keep the Mexicans out. Okay? He is now putting that in motion that is a reality. That is going to happen before Donald Trump leaves office. The construction is going to start on it, yada yada yada. So people brought that up in my comments as well as ways he is a racist. He wants to keep Mexicans out. That is not. Yes, he is going to build a wall and is going to quote unquote keep the Mexicans out. But think about this: by him building this wall, it's going to bring jobs to America. It's going to increase our economy. It is going to keep people out that don't belong here. That is the bottom line. People are worried about illegal aliens, Mexicans crossing the border, more than people that are living in their backyard. Okay, there is a homeless man here in Louisville, Kentucky. I see him every day asking for food, asking for, money, whatever. And we're more worried about the Mexicans crossing the border and making sure they're taken care of when they get here than we are more worried about that person on the street. Okay? So by building the wall, that will possibly get this homeless man a job. Okay? I mean, let's be honest. The jobs in America are going to explode as soon as that wall gets, as soon as the construction of the wall gets built. Okay, so is that a sustainable, job for 20, 30 years? I don't know. I don't know what the plan of the wall is. Is it to get it done in 2 years? Is it to get it in 20 years? I don't know. But nonetheless, those years that wall is being built, economy is going to go booming because all those jobs down there, and we're going to be spending the money, in Texas, in Arizona, in New Mexico, in California, where the Mexican border, where the wall is going to be built. So think about that. And when you say, oh, we don't need to build a wall. Okay, why don't we need to build a wall? Answer me that. What is the difference between having Border Patrol, okay, or building a wall? Okay, every day there's probably hundreds to thousands illegal people getting into our country. Okay, these illegal people then collect welfare. They get food stamps. They're stealing people's identities. Not them directly, but indirectly, they are getting identities from somebody. It could be you. It could be me. They're getting a social security number and working, okay, and then sending that money back to Mexico. So it's helping the Mexican economy, not our own. Plus, we're feeding these people. We're housing these people. We're giving them our Medicare, our food stamps. But yet, we bitch, moan, and complain about this, but the homeless person isn't getting nothing. Think about that. So, moving on to the next comment that I had here, it was, he does not know how to be an economist. Okay, basically meaning that he does not know how to manage money. He doesn't know how to budget. He doesn't know how to spend the money accordingly. Okay. I scratched my head on this one. The guy that brought up these points, he is a college major in economics. He backed it up with very very good comments. It was very well thought out, etc. He backed them with words that I've never even heard of. Basically, I had to look him up to understand him. But basically, he was saying he does not know how to run a business, doesn't know how to run an economy. He doesn't know how to budget money. And I scratched my head on that one as well. Donald Trump owns a multi-million, even $1 billion companies. He has hotels. He has casinos. He's making money. He's doing something right. So to tell me that he doesn't know how to budget money is kind of far-fetched in my mind. I'm not for sure that I totally agree with that. I mean, yes, being a United States economy is a lot more difficult to maintain than, a casino or a hotel. I get that. I get that, quote unquote, we are in the worst deficit or that we've been in years. And I've seen stuff otherwise that say that's false. But then again, it is all the political agenda of the Republicans or the Democrats of who you believe. So what I mean by that is you can purchase Google AdWords to push your agenda one way or the other. So if the Democrats want to say we are in the worst debt that you've ever seen ever, they can go to CNN like, hey, I want you to do this story. Here's $1 million. That story gets pushed to the top of the Google search. Okay? So everything that you read is skewed in one way or the other. So you have to read multiple sources to really get the facts. Or you have to basically, dig into the IRS is everything that's published like on their site or whatever to really do your research, to really understand what's going on with the economy. And 97% of us could care less. We are going to see that headline on Facebook as we're scrolling through. Donald Trump, worst president ever. The debts in trillions. We're going to scroll on. We're going to believe it. Share it, like it, whatever. Go on about our day. That same day, I can see a post saying Donald Trump has knocked out the United States debt by half in 3 years. Okay? What I'm saying is you cannot believe everything that you read on Facebook, on Google, Twitter, etc. You really need to dig into the facts before you really start posting those thoughts or having those thoughts. And this person that made those comments, like I said, like he knows his facts. He is an economist major. I'm not for sure exactly what that, if I'm saying that right, but he is an economic major. There we go. So he clearly knew what he was talking about, but I think his facts were skewed one way or the other. The next thing he says, the next comment was he is not making America's jobs. We're the highest unemployment rate we've seen since Bush administration. Like I said, I've seen different things. I've seen the unemployment rate is at an all-time low at 3%. And once again, this economist person that was on the comments, he said that these numbers are skewed as well. Basically, what he was saying is they are no longer counting people that are no longer looking for jobs or the retired people. That's why the unemployment rate is at a 3% at an all-time low. And I'm not for sure how they figure out the unemployment rate or anything like that. But if a person stops looking for a job, they're still unemployed. So I'm not for sure how they figure that out, but I find that hard to believe that they're skewing those numbers to make it look good. I highly doubt that, but at the same time, going back to my last point, political agendas. The Republican have the political agenda to push us out there. They might skew the numbers any way they can. So it's a toss 22 on that one. So my question to everybody that's listening today, listening live, listening recorded, on demand, why do you think people hate Donald Trump so much? This is going to sound bad coming from a white male, young white male, in his 30s. But the majority of my people that hated on Donald Trump in my comments were black men. Okay? Well, first of all, everybody that comment was a man. Okay? So, I mean men in like a broad term, so whatever. But people that hated Donald Trump was a black man, black men, or people that live in a predominantly black community. that was raised in a black community. So their views are the same as a black man. Okay. The people that were pro-Trump were mainly white men that were raised in quote-unquote white America. You know, suburbs, country living, whatever. They were not raised in the hood. So, with that being said, do people... Let me do a little poll here. Like, I want you guys to tweet me at mbuck41 or at RTF Prod, which is the RTF Productions Twitter page. Everything will be in the link below, or in the description below, I should say. So tweet at me, say why do you hate Donald Trump, or why are you pro Donald Trump? And I'm just going to disregard every comment that is a 3-word answer. He is a you know, it's because he's white. It's because he's a racist. Like, I don't want any of that stuff. I want an intelligent conversation in the comments. Tweet at me, whatever. Let me know why you hate Donald Trump. Let me know why you love Donald Trump. But in the end, he's our president. Deal with it. This is Mike with Mornings Mike. We out.
I'm like, I don't know your girlfriend. You heard me say, so